Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is 11:30, final video of the week. Going to try to make this swift and precise. First and foremost, the market is up today. That's a great thing. So all major indexes are upward again today. As we always do, we start off with the NASDAQ to try to get an overview of the market. So I wanted to start off and say that, I'm in a lot of text threads and a lot of individuals text me and they're having a great time trading. It's not that you, me, or anybody is that great. When you have the tailwinds of the market in your favor, trades are going to work at a higher percentage rate. So don't get too excited. Don't get too hot, as my philosophy is, and never get too cold when the market's going down. Ride the trend. Put your foot on the gas during uptrends like this. We are in a full-on power trend. Most dips along this 5-day line are going to get bought in the major indexes. So take advantage of that. I always talk about there's times where you put your foot on the gas, and there's times that you be patient, you take your foot off the gas, and you allow the trade to come to you. Right now, the pitches are down the middle. Using that analogy, if you're at the bat, at the plate to hit, a lot of the pitches are hittable right now. So take your swing, make money while you can. This trend will be broken, and you won't have the tailwinds in your favor, and it will be that much harder to trade and more precise. So with that said, the market is up today again, riding the 5-day line. You've had 3 pullback days in the last 25 days. They've all been bought up. We are at a record high again today. Okay, Bitcoin started to rip this morning. I've talked about this. You have to be a little bit of patient. I'm still in my spot purchase that I made at 67,000, which is a swing trade for me. My first activated sales point was 80, which is a piece. I have not reached that yet. I'm close. I still think this is actionable, though I do think we are in for downside. I think we will revisit this area, just not right now. So I think at the moment you could play it in regards to a swing trade. This is not financial advice, but rather for educational purposes. Okay, gold. Gold just kind of trailing around. Base pattern wise, this doesn't look terrible to me. I've said I think gold is going to 6,000 an ounce. I'm going to stick to that. I own gold. Again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. GLD, GLDI, you could pick a minor. I'm not going to go through those, but just pointing out gold. Oil is down today, not by much. It hit a high yesterday and kind of got rejected in the morning and came down. I'm still short oil, and for the record, I've traded it. I've only made 2 sales. One sale was last week. The other sale was the week before, and I'm trading around a core position. So with that said, every day that's been going up, I have no stop loss. I'm adding to my short, and I'm shorting USO and UCO. For those of you again that don't know how to do that, you could just buy SCO. SCO is up today 3.8%. That is because oil is down. So that's the way you could short oil. For simplistic terms, you could just buy that. That's it. 10-year treasury, kind of even. So let's go into, first let's talk about the backdrop. The ongoing conflict with Iran continues. I think the biggest thing was this week is you had the Fed meeting on Wednesday. It was a big nothing burger. Powell saying he's going to stick around as a governor. I mean, I don't love that. I don't think that's really necessary. I think he's doing that because Trump would have effective as a governor. And I don't remember the exact provision of that, but the majority, and then Trump he can serve as a governor, if I'm not mistaken, or he has some kind of influence. Regardless, Kevin Warsh is going to get appointed. That's Trump's pick. So Trump has influence. Kevin Warsh is going to cut rates. Without a doubt, you're going to see rates come down. I would bet on it. This guy is just out of Trump's camp, and that's going to happen. So that was a nothing burger. That meeting on Wednesday did nothing. We had then huge earnings. I think it was Wednesday night. Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Google. Everybody basically killed it except for Meta. What Wall Street is rewarding is CapEx spending. They want to see these large businesses continue to pump in money and spending. A couple of things to keep in mind. The big beautiful bill from last year provides incentives for these large companies to continue spending. That's number one. Number two, CapEx spending means that the multiples are expanding because of lower interest rates, or they want that so they could invest into their companies, especially in AI, and drive that up. I'll spare you on all the details, but the summary is the large corporations reported good earnings. They guided basically pretty positive, exception to maybe like Microsoft and Meta that didn't do all that well. Google did fantastic. Amazon did well. Some of the other large companies did. So anyways, that's been the backdrop. The Iran conflict has not been sorted out, though. You see the headline, U.S.-Iran peace hopes. We'll see, whatever. At this point, I don't think the market cares. They're just shrugging it off. I care because I want to see oil come down. Once oil goes down, I'm looking for oil, by the way, kind of going to go back to this. I'm looking for oil under $80. So I'm short, and I'm short heavy on this. So I'm not taking profits on anything at 3. It's not even close. And not that I'm even in the profit, because I took profits on the 2 times that I sold. All right, let's go into stocks, because that's how we want to make our money, and that's what we want to trade. Light, let's point out the first. This was on my, oh shit, sorry about that, guys. Let's go back. Okay. I got fat fingers here. So Light having a huge move. I did not catch all of this move, but I did buy the dip buy. I told everybody on the video earlier this week. I sold half of my position yesterday, and half of my position now is going to get sold today. Not yet, though, because it's going to keep going up. So again, to summarize, the 9% dip that I told everybody to buy, I bought, had a good day the following day. Yesterday on Thursday, I sold half, and now today I'm going to sell the other half. This is a name I'm going to want to go in, but I need to pull back. This is, listen, if you want to be technical, and I want to be honest here, if you want to be technical, you could buy this today. I'm not going to. I'm going to sell my half. But this is technically a breakout trade. So if you're going by Mark Miravini, the way he trades, if you don't know who he is, you could look him up. This is the textbook breakout. This is today the real breakout. So a lot of people will buy the breakout. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sell into this breakout, even though it could go higher. It's just at the moment not my style, because I'm pretty strong and heavy into this name. So for those of you that bought it with me in the beginning of the week when I called it out, congratulations. If you sold it even on Wednesday, congrats, you made 10%. If you sold it yesterday, congrats, you made 15%. If you're selling it today, you're making over 20%. So that was a good trade that worked out well, and I'm glad I could provide that if you did buy that. PRIM, which is Primoris. So this is an interesting name. It was up pretty substantially on yesterday. As you can see, it had this bar. I'm still in this. So it reports earnings Tuesday. I think this is down today. I think this is a purchase ability. They had upgrades to 195. If you don't own this, I think you can own it. You can buy it today. I'm still in this name, though I want to be transparent. I very well will probably cut half of this position Monday before the close, because I have quite a bit of profits and Tuesday's earnings. Now, I think they're going to blow it out of the water. I think they're going to have great earnings. Do I think the market is going to reward them? That's to be seen. I like to minimize my exposure during earning events. So I will probably only go into earnings on Tuesday the 5th. I will only go into that with about a half position. For those of you that like to gamble and you don't own it, I think you can buy it today, and I think you could ride this thing out if it's a small piece. I'm not giving you financial advice. I think they're going to kill earnings. Again, do what you feel is best for your risk tolerance. I'm only pointing out what I own and what I have. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so we talked about Trade Desk earlier this week, last week, the week before. This chart looks like nothing to look at right here, but let me zoom in. I caught it, or I was very fortunate, not because I'm that good. I was able to get it here. I'm still riding this. Now, here's the thing. They have earnings next Thursday. It's a big earnings week next week. I think this is actionable. I still own this. I have not sold this. This has been beaten down, and this is a good company. This is a beaten down because of AI. It's for a multitude of reasons. It's been beat down. Just pointing it out, I own it. Earnings are next Thursday. I do think that is actionable, but I would be cautious with earnings coming up. Micron, I still own. I have added. I mentioned that on my video. I have done nothing but add. I have a very large position here. I think this is just getting started. I think this is actually a cheap stock, to be honest with you. I know it's crazy to say that, but anyways, SanDisk reported yesterday. SanDisk was down after hours. Okay, and Micron was down. SanDisk is down right now, but Micron is up. The strength of this name is incredible. You add to your winners when you have strength like this. So I'm still in Micron, and if I'm being technical, I think you could still buy it. Okay, moving along. By the way, you don't have to. I know that these are expensive stocks, and everybody's always like, man, these are so expensive, Jack. Like, I can't afford. First of all, you can buy fractional shares. You don't have to buy one share. Like, this is $1,000 stock, right? So somebody would be like, oh, but a percentage gain is a percentage gain. If it gains 10% on $1,000 stock or on $100 stock, what's the difference? It's a percentage gain. I don't know why everybody always says that it's expensive stock. Anyways, I don't own SanDisk. I sold it earlier this week, as I mentioned. I'm not buying it here though, but this is a candidate to buy right now, down. If you don't already own this, I'm not going to buy this. I had a great trade on this. I sold it earlier this week, like I mentioned. But if you don't own either Micron, Seagate, or SanDisk, you have to own one of them in the memory space with the emergence of the necessary memory for AI. Sorry if I'm tongue-tied there. So anyways, you should do that. All right, I digress. Okay. See what else we got here. I'm not going to go through all the other names. Amazon is doing good. I own that in my long account. Visa had earnings. I will point this out. I don't own it in my trade account. I own it in my IRA. But this is a name everybody probably should own in their IRA, even if it's not a large piece. Visa is a great company. I bought it down here in my IRA. It's had success, proven track record for years and years. It has a huge demand. I think this is something you can buy for you long term, guys. You could stash this in your IRA if you don't already own Visa. I don't know. It's worth owning. That's for sure. They have a large demand. Okay, IMNM, and then I'll get to the one that everybody keeps asking you about. IMNM, this is doing nothing wrong for you guys. I know it's been down the last 3 days, like 1 or 2%. Look at the volume. It's drying up. It's going to eventually shoot off. The only thing is they report earnings the following week. This looks great, though. I mean, pinching in, converging averages, this looks, this is a cup here, right? And this is a handle. This is forcing out weak hands. Volume is drying up. This looks textbook to me. Just putting it out there. If you don't own this, I own this, and I actually added to this yesterday. So, all right, AMD. All right, so I'm on record. I sold 25% last week on Friday. I bought 25% back on Tuesday. That might have been here. Got really lucky. And here we are, full position, riding it, all-time high. I still think this is actionable. I know it's crazy. Looks really good. The chart, I mean, I know so many people are afraid to buy stocks when they're up like this, but sometimes you're not going to get the opportunity for these things to pull back. Like this pullback here and then here, you had an opportunity. If you didn't get it, it's gone. I mean, it's taken off. You either hold your breath and buy it or you let it go past. And when it's $500 a share, you're like, shit, I should have bought it when this looks like a blimp in the radar. So whatever. Okay, so the only thing that I have purchased this morning, and I did it about 30 minutes ago, is Rocket Lab. I'm back in this oldie, but a goldie. It reports next week. I am back in this name. I really like it. It's a new purchase for today. It's a swing trade or a new purchase for the week. I am aware of the earnings next week, so keep that in mind. So we went through everything else. That's it. I'm still in open. Yes, everybody asks me. I'm going to point that out. Jeez. Everybody always asks me about open. Yes, it's not really doing anything wrong. I know. All right, everybody, take it easy. Hood reported earnings earlier this week and got absolutely gang raped on that day. I'm just only pointing this out because I have two friends of mine that are trading this. It's up today, 3%. I sold this last year. I was looking forward to getting back into it. It didn't confirm it, so I'm not in it. Anyways, as you can see, they missed on 47% of crypto revenue. Eesh, that's not pretty. All right, I think that's all I got. Bitcoin is ripping. Would not be surprised to see Bitcoin go higher over the weekend. I forgot to mention I'm into it. I'll just only mention it because I have a friend of mine. Anyways, into it looks good. If you're not in it, whatever. It still looks actionable in my opinion. That's it. Put your foot on the gas when the market is moving like this. Take your foot off the gas when the market is moving like this. This is not rocket science for everybody to know. There's a term in the market when you're above the 200 things, you put your foot on the gas. When you're below the 200, you take your foot off the gas. This is the 200 right here, by the way. So if you sold when it broke the 200, you missed all of this. If you bought it back here, You basically bought it and sold at the same point. But if you bought the market back at the 200, you're cruising. Hey, I just think this is an opportunity for certain individuals. I don't want to tell you what to do. Use your risk tolerance. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Keep an eye on the market. Keep an eye on the conflict overseas, and let's see what we get. All right, everybody, have a good weekend.